Assalamualaikum students. Students, as you already know, in our previous video we have discussed its derivation of radial and transfer components of velocity and acceleration. In today's video we are going to look at some of its examples, some of its problem. So to solve these problem, we must remember some of the important formulas of radial and transfer components of velocity and the acceleration. So I'm going to show you some of the formulas that you must remember. The first formula that we will be using is for radial component of velocity, which is Vr is equal to r dot, and the second is transfer component of velocity, which is V theta is equals to r theta dot. These two formulas will be used to find the radial component of velocity and transfer component of velocity. Now the other two formulas are related to the acceleration. So radial component of acceleration is equal to r double dot minus r theta dot square, and for transverse component of acceleration we would be using a theta is equals to r double dot r theta double dot plus 2r dot and theta dot. Now we would look at its example. So we have this question number 5 in the book by Q K Ghori of mechanics. So the question is, find the radial and transfer components of the velocity of a particle moving along the curve ax square plus by square is equal to 1 at any time t if the polar angle theta is equal to ct square. So in this question we are given two very important information. The first is we are giving the polar angle. So the polar angle theta is equal to ct square. इसे हमने कंसीडर करना है क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. और सेकेंड इन्फॉर्मेशन इस क्वेश्चन में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हमारे पास है इक्वेशन ऑफ द कर्व, जो है एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस बी वाई स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 1. तो जो पहली इन्फॉर्मेशन हमारे पास है थीटा इज इक्वल टू सी टी स्क्वायर, इसे हम यूज़ करेंगे थीटा डॉट फाइंड आउट करने के लिए. तो थीटा डॉट फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हमने इस इक्वेशन को डिफ्रेंशिएट करना है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टी. सो डिफ्रेंशिएट इक्वेशन नंबर 1 विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टी. सी इज़ अ कॉन्स्टेंट, वी वुड राइट सी एज इट इज़ एंड वी वुड डिफ्रेंशिएट टी स्क्वायर. So as a result, the value of theta dot would be 2 ct. We would consider this equation number 2 or the value of theta dot. Similarly, we have the equation of curve, which is this, and now we have to find the value of r. We know that in radial and transfer components we need polar components. So let's consider that x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Now we have to substitute these two values in our equation number in this above equation. So now a r square cos theta square plus b sin theta square is equal to 1. So what we have done here, in the place of x square we have substituted this value, and here in the place of y square we have substituted this value r sin theta. As a result we get this value, which is r square a cos theta square plus b sin theta square is equals to 1. So now as we know that we have to find the value of r, what we did r square is equals to 1 upon this value. Here it's multiplying with r square. So when we would send it to the other side of equal to, it would be in division like this. So now the value of r would be somewhat like this, and we would consider it as equation number 3. Now what we have to find, we have already find out the value of r. Now we have to find the value of r dot. So what we would do, we would differentiate r with respect to t. So now we have to differentiate it like this. And here after applying the rules of derivation, we have gained the value of r dot, which is this. Now we have here is theta dot. So what we would do, यहाँ पे हम थीटा डॉट की इन्फॉर्मेशन जो हमने ऑलरेडी थीटा डॉट की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट की थी वो हम यहाँ पे सब्सटीट्यूट कर देंगे. तो यहाँ पे थीटा डॉट की हमने वैल्यू सब्सटीट्यूट कर दी जो थी 2ct. तो फाइनली हमें आर डॉट की वैल्यू यहाँ से पता चल गई है, विच इज़ a माइनस बी सी टी साइन 2 थीटा डिवाइडेड बाई a cos स्क्वायर थीटा प्लस b साइन स्क्वायर थीटा एंड द होल पावर इज़ 3/2. नाउ वी कैन फाइंड द रेडियल कंपोनेंट ऑफ वेलोसिटी. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको मेंशन किया कि रेडियल कंपोनेंट ऑफ वेलोसिटी का फॉर्मूला है वी आर इज इक्वल टू आर डॉट. हमने आर डॉट की वैल्यू ऑलरेडी फाइंड आउट कर ली है, तो वी आर इज इक्वल टू आर डॉट. दिस इज आर आंसर. एंड फॉर ट्रांसवर्स कंपोनेंट ऑफ वेलोसिटी द फॉर्मूला इज वी थीटा इज इक्वल्स टू आर थीटा डॉट. वी नो द वैल्यू ऑफ आर. and we already know the value of theta dot. The value of theta dot was 2 ct, and the value of r was 1 upon under root a cos square theta plus b sin square theta. So we have finally found the value of both radial component of velocity and transverse component of velocity. I hope that this question is clear to you. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.